guys? Welcome to InvestaVlog episode 10. So grabe, ito na yung 10th. So medyo special. So I just like to apologize na last week was able to give out a vlog. Nagkasakit kasi ako, I had food poisoning. So wala ako masyadong nagawa na content. Pero hopefully nakabawi ako nung day ba yun? Nung Saturday. Nung nag 5 hours kami ni Boss JC at live session. Kung di nyo napanood, check nyo na sa Facebook namin. So first 2 hours and a half chart session, and then mga 3 hours na Q&A kwentuhan lang. Tapos di lang puro trading pinag-usapan namin, may love life pa, so spot nyo na lang. But for this week's vlog, as promised, I will be talking about, right, paano ba magbasa ng volume? So that's a common question in the community, diba? So first we learned about price, and then may mga indicators, mga RSI, moving averages, but not a lot of people know how to understand or to truly depict ano nga ba yung sinasabi ng volume, right? Kasi yung volume, ano yan parang gravy. Diba? Parang pwede siyang additional confirmation, pwede siyang magbigay ng warning sign. So for me, if you ask me, what would I rather prefer? Moving averages, RSI, or volume, or MACD, or lahat ng indicators. If I only had to choose one, I would probably choose volume over everything, because marami nagsasabi na, baka kaya ba maging profitable pag price and volume lang? Hindi parang medyo naked yung chart mo nun. Puro box lang tsaka linya drawing mo. Well, actually, there are a lot of great traders, not just in the Philippines, but globally in history, na price and volume analysis lang ginagamit. And those are mostly growth investors like William O'Neill, you have Mark Minervini, you have David Ryan, right? Yung mga sikat na, some of them are momentum masters, may Mark Ritchie II, some are market wizards. Actually, tatlo sa na-mention ko, market wizards sila. So, kaya talaga. If I'm not saying na huwag ka gumamit ng ibang indicator, I'm just saying na you really have to learn how to read volume, kasi maraming warning signals and maraming confirmation signals na binibigay. So, yun. Without further ado, let's get to the charts.
Right. So without further ado, let's go. I prepared a slideshow para less dead air time. So nagprepare na ako ng magagandang chart examples to better illustrate paano nga ba magbasa ng volume. And let's go. So the first way you can use volume is as a confirmation. So the different uses, So I will be discussing that. The first is a confirmation of a breakout. Let me show you several examples. So we know a breakout is when prices go above or break above resistance, diba? So may support, may resistance. Pag nabasag yung resistance, that's a breakout, diba? You see prices breaking out. So now, how can you use volume, right, as an added maybe conviction? So as you can see here, I've highlighted the arrows, diba? So what you want to see during a breakout, diba, is when price breaks out, may kasamang volume. So basically yung volume, yan yung parang confirming factor, yan yung parang gravy. So may breakout na nga, may volume pa. So that can actually give you added conviction na, okay, legit tong breakout. Marami kasi nagtatanong, paano ba ma-spot, diba, kapag fake breakout or fake out? One way is to see the volume end of day. Pwede kasi minsan mag-breakout yung price, diba? Pero yung volume sobrang hina. Then after 2 to 3 days, babalik lang sa loob ng base yung price, diba? So, be-break out, tapos mag-fake, tapos babalik sa loob with high volume. Yun yung bad sign. So, what you want to see for added conviction or para yung probabilities mas nasa favor mo is during the breakout, may mataas na volume as seen here, and in the next couple of days, may sustaining volume as you can see dito kay Ditto nung early to mid-April. So, yun. Another example here, we have Holcim, one of the leaders in 2019. So we have a huge run up here, then we have a consolidation pattern, then nag-breakout siya dito. As you can see, 2 days of sustained volume, sobrang lakas. Nung confirm na yung breakout yan, sobrang solid yung volume, diba? So how will you know pala? What you want to see is above average volume. So itong blue, yung parang wave, yung parang tubig. And yung 20-day parang moving average of volume. So as long as volume is above that, that's deemed as above average. So as you can see, after the breakout, diba? Ayun, tuloy-tuloy na. It went up 58% in about 2 to 3 weeks. So yeah, again, confirmation of a breakout. Another example would be last year, one of the leaders, we have AceX. But so as you can see, after this very long consolidation pattern and tightening dito ng price, then we have a breakout, huge breakout in 1 day, coupled with huge volume spike. So that's a signal na potentially yung breakout legit and potentially there's a bigger move ahead in the next coming months. Eh, yun nga yung nangyari. So it went up 171% in a very short period of time. I think this is about 2 to 3 weeks after that initial breakout. Alright. Well, of course, a lot of people's favorite example we have now. So we had a very long consolidation, pero highlight ko na lang tong itong parang 2-3 month consolidation, diba? And then eventually now was able to break out of that 320 resistance, and as you can see, again supported with volume prior to the big move to 20 pesos, as we all know. So yun, so again, you want to see above average volume or massive volume. The higher the volume on a breakout, the better, especially if it's 52-week high or all-time high place. What you want to see is also 52-week high or all-time high volume. Pag may all-time high volume sa all-time high play, yun yung pinaka-solid, plus sustaining volume in the coming days as well. Now, conversely, you can also use volume as a confirmation of a breakdown. So here, ditto, diba? Favorite example. So after going up 100 something percent in 7 days, double your money 1 week, no? It formed the base, right? But it was very faulty in terms of price action, and eventually broke down on above average volume as well. And that was, of course, the signal of the downtrend to come. It was never able to retake, diba? Nag-gap down siya. It was never able to retake that gap area. And of course, meron trading opportunities, right? Within it here, may mga trading opportunities all the way down, mga bounce, may mga swing range trades. But I'm just trying to show na yun nga, may warning signal na dito na baka mahirapan na bumalik, right, sa 850. Of course, unless nagka-catalyst. But with the benefit of hindsight, we now know na wala. And eventually, umabot siya piso. From that breakdown level, went down 86, almost 90%. Now, there would be X. But so as you can see here, we have a descending triangle, right? A bearish pattern. Eventually did try to break out, but it broke out. Ito, parang extra lesson lang. So it broke out on what? Sabi ko kanina, diba? On low volume, right? Above average siya. Oh, sorry. Rather above average, so solid. But the problem was, nung nag-top siya, nag-reverse siya, when it went back in the base, mas malaki yung volume. 2 days yan, no? So yun yung isa pa warning signal kasi nag-breakout yung stock, diba? So nag-breakout solid, bumalik ka. Tapos after a few days, bumalik siya sa loob ng base on above average volume also, or higher volume than the breakout. Big warning signal yun na dapat magbawas ka, dapat mag-cut ka. But so low volume out, high volume in, that's a warning sign. Eventually, it broke down from the support level on above average volume as well. So itong nung bumalik sa loob ng base, warning signal na yan na mukhang olats pa si X. And then eventually, as we all know, from 3 pesos, you went down to a penny stock, down 81%. Well, of course, may trading opportunities pa within that, like dito. But eventually, in the bigger picture, in the large scale of things, yan, nag-penny stock pa rin siya. And this from 3 pesos. The high of this stock, I believe, was 20 pesos. Of course, we have CHP. So ito, nung bagong IPO siya, we have this support level here sa green area. As you can see, marami na warning signals. So we have volume warning us here na potentially this could have been a breakdown pero nag-recover. We have another large volume spike on the downside here. Right, and guys, automatic yan. Kapag red yung candle, red yung volume. Ibig sabihin niya, mas maraming sellers for that day. Pag green yung candle, green yung volume. That means mas maraming buyers on that day. Ito na yung confirmation ng breakdown, right? So, broke down here from 11, broke down here to 10. And then yan, nagka-above average volume. So, big warning signal na yan na potentially a downtrend might continue or might begin. As you can see, after that point, never na nakabalik, right? Si CHP to that level. And now, from that breakdown point, it's down 90%. Diba? Which is basically yung IPO price niya around that level din eh. So yan, from 11, ngayon sa mga piso levels na lang. You can also use volume for signs of accumulation. So let me give you guys an example. Usually when I use volume for signs of accumulation, I also want to see a bullish divergence in the RSI. For those who don't know what the RSI is, well, we have articles on Investa Daily explaining it. Wala pa atong video, but that's something we're going to be doing in the future. So yan, I like to see, as you can see dito early, nung after the market crash, we have, diba, grabe yung volume spike dito. Kung compare mo sa left side, halos wala. Nandito, for some reason, nagka-volume spike. Right, nasa bottom to eh. We have a double bottom pattern, we have volume spikes, and nakita ko may bull div. So sabi ko, potentially, baka nga may signs of accumulation. And that's what happened. After a few days, went up 58% from that support level, from that bullish divergence double bottom. Tapos nagka-sustaining volume in the coming days pa. So that's for IDC, diba? So yan, signs of accumulation. We have another example here. We have home. So dito, ito na yung signal mo na potentially baka may move na pwede mangyari. So above, so grabe dito, nag-conso, diba? Wala masyadong bull div dito, or meron pero hindi masyado significant. But we see volume right dito, diba? And then so now may parang consolidation pattern. Then we saw the breakout on above average volume as well. So ito pa lang, ito na yung parang signal mo na dapat bantayan ko na potentially baka may nag-accumulate and potentially baka magka-breakout from this bottoming out pattern. And that's what happened. After breaking out, diba? After about a couple of months, it went up from 5 all the way to about 850, so 67% in a few months. I think 2 months, yeah. Next, we have URC also after the crash. As you can see, nag-crash siya, diba? And then nag-hover lang dyan. Diba? And you see, right, during green days, majority of the green days, or days na green yung candlestick, grabe yung volume na coupled with it. So that's also signs of accumulation. And another thing you can check is, tignan nyo, ano ba itsura ng candle for that day? If the candle shows, ito, as you can see, ang daming doji, no? O ang daming candles na halos wala namang ginalaw, pero grabe yung volume. That's also potential signs of accumulation na incremental price movement at the bottom but coupled with large volume. Ibig sabihin yan, nagka-transfer ng shares from the weak hands to the strong hands and they're slowly accumulating. Diba? And bakit? Yan, kailangan may base para masabi accumulation. Because accumulation, especially from institutional funds, don't happen in one day. It happens over a series of days and maybe even a series of weeks. So that's why ito, halos maybe 2 weeks ata to, yan nag-accumulate yung mga institutional funds. And eventually, after break, if bumili ka, right, nag-position trade ka, eventually it went up 40% after, tas nag-breakout pa. So, yun. And now, ito, mas mahirap siya gamitin as signs, pwede siya gamitin as signs of distribution. Mas mahirap siya i-spot for me. Kasi sa accumulation, ano lang yan eh. Basta makita mo na maraming volume, nag-bottom siya, may bull div, malaki yung volume. May high probability na potentially, hindi naman mag-reverse yung trend, pero pwede magka-strong counter-trend move, right? So, downtrend, pwede magka-strong uptrend, or strong counter-trend move, mag-spike bago tumuloy yung downtrend. But at least you know na potentially, baka umakyat yung presyo. But now, if you talk about signs of distribution, mas mahirap siya. You're trying to see na nagko-conso yung stock sa top, diba, sa taas. You're trying to see if nag-distribute ba yung shares yung mga smart money. So here's an example. And again, it doesn't happen. It can happen pala in just one candle, diba? Baka magkabuhusan. But usually it happens over a series of candles. And if sa accumulation, you use bullish divergences, right, as a additional confirmation, dito naman, we take a look at bearish divergences. So this is BDO back in 2017. It made all-time highs. As you can see dito, we have signs of distribution. So basically, it's when we have red candles on above average volume, right, over a series of time. So as you can see here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days, diba? So again, distribution happens over a series of days. So ito, warning sign, again, and of course, pwede namang mali, right? Pwede nagka-distribution ng ganito, pero ano lang pala, muna lang, tapos tumuloy pa rin packet. And same thing with the accumulation, pwede rin yung all the volume signs, right? It doesn't mean na nagka-volume spike sa breakout is automatic mag 100%, 50%. It also plays, right, hindi lahat sure ball, right? We're in a game of probability, so it's just additional confirmation signs of mas mataas yung probability na mag-work out yung trade idea mo. So walang sure ball, that's all I'm saying. Additional gravy kumbaga. So as you can see here, yan, signs of distribution, we have red candles and above average, right, selling volume. So yan, warning sign na to. And then nung break down on above average volume, yan na yung confirmation mo. And of course, it helps na may bearish divergence. Another one would be ABA back in 2019. So as you can see here, right, it nagka-base dito, right? So potentially baka yun nga, may nag-aabang marami ng breakout. But as you can see, maraming days so nasa resistance siya, lagi siya nauumpog. Yung presyo lagi tuwing test yung resistance dito sa mga 110 area, lagi nagiging red candle end of day. Tapos coupled pa with above average downside volume. So warning signal yan, and same lang dito. Ito na yung parang pinaka nail on the coffin, diba? So after trying to break out, wala, and then the next day, wala, naulat talaga. So as you can see, yan na yung parang final distribution day. Eventually, wala. May trading opportunities again, may range trades, may bounce trades, may swing trades, but eventually, in the big scale of things, we went down 58% from that point. But really, I don't usually use distribution on individual stocks. No, I usually use distribution. I usually look rather for signs of distribution sa indices, specifically sa US and usually sa US and sa Philippines din. So ito, if you guys remember, na-mention ko ito sa mga live session ko and I wrote a post about this on my page. So as you guys can see, nung nag-huge run-up yung PSEI, yung na-highlight na resistance level was 6.6, diba? Yun yung gap area, 6.6 to 6.7 to 6.8. And for me, the reason why I was able to sell majority of my positions dyan sa tuktok ng index sa 6.6 level was because looking at the price action coupled with volume, I already knew na potentially, yun nga, not only may resistance, pero may confirmation signs sa volume of potential distribution. Right? So, yung turo kasi ni William O'Neill is, you really have sa book niya, How to Make Money in Stocks, available siya sa fully book, yung orange. You really have to take a look at how the major indices, or rather, for the Philippines cases, is lang yung index. You have to take a look at how the index, right, is doing. Because a lot of our trades, especially if you trade a lot of blue chip names or medium cap names, can be influenced, right, by how the index is moving. So how can you see potential distribution size in the index? Besides, of course, andyan yung red candle, tapos above average downside volume. But of course, another way is, tignan mo yung price movement on the upside. Sabi ni William O'Neill, if you can see, if there's only incremental, meaning onti lang yung price movement on the upside, pero may above average volume, pwede yan distribution signs, especially if it happens at resistance levels. So dito, di ba? Grabe inakyat ng presyo. Kasi ito, may mga green candles tayo, pero onti lang inaakyat, parang 0.60%, 1%, or 0.20% lang inaangat. So sobrang onti lang, pero yung volume sobrang taas. So that means that's potential distribution, nagkaka-potential churning. So meaning, yung mga strong hands, may mga institutional funds, yung mga smart money na bumili, nag-accumulate dito pa lang, nagbebenta na, transfer sa retail traders, transfer yung shares sa weak hands, diba? So yan, warning signal yan sa akin. So nagbenta na ako, yung mga early positions ko sa Ditto, Nickel, Home Eagle, as yung iba kong mga blue chip na hawak nung time na yun, nagre-reduce na ako. Basta yung positions ko dito pala, nagre-reduce na ako. And yun nga, na-confirm, nag-breakdown, right? And ito na yung nail on the coffin, ito red candle on above average volume. So I think yung low na index, di ko nalagay, no? Basta nag 6,000 pa. Pero actually, surprisingly, malakas no index, no? So yun. So guys, I'm shooting this video, by the way, it's July 7, 9 a.m. July 7. So I think popost to July 8, Wednesday, tomorrow, no? So yun. And again, to use the same example sa US, and again, distribution, especially kung sa stocks, it doesn't happen in one day. Lalo na sa index, di siya mangyayari sa isang araw lang. As you can see here, we have the Nasdaq, one of the major indices in the US. So marami na warning signals bago yung market top. Diba? So dito, we had above average volume, right? Downside, nag-gap down pero nag-recover. We have another distribution day here, another distribution day here, and then 2 more distribution days before the market crash. So marami ka na warning signals to not literally stay away from the market, but maybe to find potential signs to sell into strength sa position mo or mag-cut loss sa mga losers mo. Excuse me. And from that point, itong 2 candles na to, ito yun, ito. Right? Yun, nag-gap down yung market, then nag-crash siya because of coronavirus. Now, what is constructive volume activity? So yun na. So you can use it. You can use volume for a confirmation of a breakout, a breakdown, for signs of accumulation or distribution. But now, like ko minimension sa mga post ko, marami nagtatanong, what do I mean by constructive volume activity? So, constructive volume activity is healthy volume activity I like to see, or that's evident in all market leaders, diba? So, basically, malaman mo market leader yung isang stock or isang hawak mo if you can see na may low volume consolidation, tapos coupled with high volume breakout after that conso. So let me show you an example. So here we have Ditto, diba? So favorite example. So I'm shooting this, etong presyo to, this was as of I think July 5. So syempre, or July 6 rather. So syempre, di ko gagawing updated, no? Para no hype, right? So medyo delayed yung examples. But basically, after the inverse head and shoulders breakout, no early March, April, we had a 45-day consolidation here. But what can you see during that consolidation? It's coupled with, so noong una, syempre, nung time na to, ito, right? Selling, nag-take profit yung mga tao, kaya nakaka-high volume distribution. But kung solid talaga yung isang stock, diba? Kung solid talaga, kung may institutional accumulation na nangyayari, you will see na mag-sustain lang siya, magbe-base siya. And sa loob ng base na yun, you will see low volume. So as you can see here, diba, nung base, nung tumahimik si dito, it's coupled with, lumabas yung slide thing. Teka, paalisin muna natin. Yan. It's coupled with, lumabas ulit. Teka, sorry. Hindi ko na nalagay yung mouse ko dun. It's coupled with low volume or below average volume, diba? Sobrang late lang ng volume mo during the base. Right? And that's actually constructive signs. Why? Because that means wala na masyado namamansin na stock. Little supply also is coming. Sabi ni Mark Minivini, little supply na lang yung pumapasok sa stock. Meaning, kung nagka above average demand or kung nagka malaking demand for the stock, it can push prices higher in a short period of time. And that's evident. So after it broke out dito, as you can see, may above average volume, diba? Nag-break out, may sustained volume the next day. It went up super big in a very short period of time. So kung binili mo sa breakout at 220, diba, umabot siya close to 4. That's about 80% increase in a very short period of time, about 2 to 3 weeks. Right? And then we have another consolidation here, below average volume again, and then breakout on large volume. So again, what you want to see for constructive volume activity on market leaders is low volume consolidations. Tapos kapag nag-breakout, again, high volume for confirmation. Tapos dito pa lang, nakita ko na, no, nag-4, yan, nagkaka-sell down na. Tapos, medyo warning signal na yan for me kasi bakit? Grabe yung volume, no? So, high volume out, low volume back in. So, warning sign na yan for me na potentially, if hindi to mag-base, right? If hindi mag-base na maayos, ng matagal, similar dito, potentially baka mag-fade na siya. And baka, not totally ma-break yung trend ni dito, but baka deeper pullback. Baka EMA 50 na yung pullback. And that's what happened here. Nag-pullback siya to EMA 50 yan sa level na to. But yun, I think nagka-sell on news o nagka-bad news dito. So, nagka-major down move ito. So, coupled with above average volume on the downside, warning signal na yun. But the fact na itong day na to, so by now, we would have known what happened na to dito after this hammer. So, interesting to know. Right, so yan, above average volume sa hammer. So, potentially, baka may counter trend move pa to. Baka to 350, 360 sa gap area. So, interesting to see. And again, another is green. So, as you can see sa DNA niya, yun, it shows market leader characteristics. So, as you can see here, consolidating below average, lumabas ulit yung slide thing. Antayin natin mawala. It's consolidating on below average volume, nung breakout above average volume. Tapos dito, another consolidation, another opportunity for entry. So, nag-profit take yung mga tao after this move. Pero since malupit yung stock, malakas, may institutional accumulation probably, right, nag-consolidate siya on low volume. Right, so yan, may low volume consolidation and then may high volume breakout. And then again, may low volume consolidation, as you can see here, and then may high volume breakout ulit. And again, low volume consolidation coupled with high volume breakout. And now it's going through another consolidation pattern. Pero medyo late na, no? Nakailang base na, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5th base na. Pero yung volume yan, medyo below average pa rin majority of the time. Here's another example, blue chip naman. Same thing, ICT, consolidating dito, tapos below average volume. So that's constructive signs. Tapos nag-breakout above average volume. Then now, again, it's currently consolidating on below average volume. Tapos may mga volume spikes na. Right? May mga signs na potentially baka mag-breakout na. So, ewan ko lang kung nag-breakout na. Kasi as of ngayon, hindi pa. Right? But as of the release of this video, baka nag-breakout na. Pero let's see. So really, to end the vlog, right, episode 10 of the InvestaVlog, right, I just want to remind you guys, price at the end of the day is king. So, if may nangyari sa presyo, kahit hindi support ng volume at tinuro ko ngayon, it doesn't matter because price will always be the leading indicator, right? And volume, ano lang yan? Gravy lang yan. So, additional confirmation lang, additional signs. Di ba, pwedeng additional warning signs, additional conviction signs. So, it depends on how you use it. But basically, this is how I use volume. And I know maraming newbies dyan sa community na hindi pa gets masyado kung paano basahin. Hopefully, nakatulong yung video to. Just please comment down below if nakatulong. Comment down below if what you want to learn next, what you want me or JC to discuss next. And if you found value in this video, if this video is able to provide value to your trading journey, malaking tulong if you guys could like and subscribe to the video. So, yun lang guys. Hopefully, you enjoyed and that's how you use the volume indicator.